Why is it that millions have explored manifestation, devoured countless books on the law of attraction, repeated endless affirmations, and yet remain trapped in the same cycles of limitation? Why does the grand promise of infinite creation so often dissolve into disillusionment? Hidden deep within manifestation lies a forbidden enigma, a truth long buried, distorted, or forgotten. And it is this secret piece that determines whether one lives a life of stagnation or a life of effortless unfolding. We've been told to focus harder, to visualize vividly, to desire with every cell of our being. Yet the irony is that the very methods most people use to manifest are the ones that keep them stuck. Imagine a locked vault filled with treasure, wealth, love, purpose, freedom. You're given a key that seems authentic: affirmations, wish lists, hopeful thoughts. You try it, nothing happens. You try again, with more emotion, more faith, more desperation. Still, the door refuses to move. Frustration builds until you begin to suspect there's nothing inside at all, that maybe manifestation itself is a myth. But here lies the truth that changes everything. The vault was never locked. The key was never required. The door opens not through struggle but through resonance. When you align with the frequency of what you seek, it unfolds naturally. This is the missing science of creation. It's not about effort or demand, it's about state. Yet the world seldom teaches this because truth doesn't sell. Desire does. Quick techniques are easier to market than inner transformation. People prefer to believe that jotting down dreams will summon miracles, rather than accept that reality mirrors only who they are. The mystery stays hidden not because it's complex, but because it's too simple for minds conditioned to chase complexity. You've been trained to think that when something fails, the answer is to do more. More affirmations, more visualizations, more rituals. But more of the wrong key will never open the door. The real secret isn't quantity, it's quality, it's coherence, alignment. Without these, no amount of wishing will ever shift your field. This is why so many find themselves trapped in a cruel paradox. The harder they strive, the more distant their desires appear. Like chasing a shadow at dusk, the very act of pursuit guarantees the gap remains. They are told to believe it into being, yet beneath the surface of belief, there often hides a frequency of fear, doubt, and lack. And the quantum field does not respond to what you say. It responds to what you vibrate. You can repeat 1,000 affirmations of abundance, but if the signal within you hums scarcity, that is exactly what the field will echo back. You can visualize love every night, but if deep inside you still pulse with feelings of unworthiness, the quantum mirror can only project loneliness in return. This is the unfiltered science of manifestation, an exact, uncompromising honesty. The universe is not sentimental. It is precise. It doesn't deliver what your mouth declares. It delivers what your energy embodies. Here comes the twist almost no one tells you. What looks like failure in manifestation is not failure at all. It's proof of precision. The reason you haven't received what you asked for isn't because the mechanism is broken, but because it's working perfectly. Every delay, every silence, every unanswered wish is evidence of flawless reflection. The field is not punishing you. It's mirroring you. It reveals the harmony or distortion within your state. And though that truth may feel heavy, it's also profoundly freeing, because it means the power was never lost. You are not ruled by fate, chance, or divine whim. You are, and always have been, the signal shaping the reality around you. Distances still respond to each other instantly, as if connected by an invisible thread beyond space and time. Mystics have called this the unity of all things. Science now calls it entanglement. Both describe the same truth. Consciousness is not isolated. It is woven into the very fabric of existence. The field does not exist out there. It is inseparable from you. Every thought, emotion, and state of being ripples through this unified network, sculpting the probabilities of what becomes real. So, if manifestation is not powered by desire but by state, then coherence becomes the master key. Coherence means your thoughts, emotions, and energy are aligned, vibrating as one harmonic signal. This is the state that collapses reality into form. It is not intensity that shapes matter, but purity. A coherent mind and heart broadcast a clear frequency, and the quantum field responds instantly. reorganizing itself to match the signal of your being. At the edge of physics, this principle reveals something astonishing. The world you experience is not pre-existing or static. It emerges in real time, moment by moment, as consciousness interacts with possibility. Before observation, everything is a wave of potential. After observation, it becomes form. Reality is, quite literally, a feedback loop between awareness and energy. This is why Neville Goddard's timeless teaching, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled," is not mere philosophy. It is a direct application of quantum mechanics. The state you embody becomes the instruction to the field. Observe through fear, and the wave collapses into chaos. Observe through lack, and scarcity becomes tangible. But observe through wholeness, and the field organizes into abundance, clarity, and flow. The secret is simple, yet easily missed. Desire is not the observer. Hope is not the observer. Even visualization, when rooted in longing, is not the true observer. The real observer is the frequency of your being, the silent vibration that underlies every thought. The universe listens not to your words, but to your coherence. You can speak abundance while vibrating lack. You can pray for love while transmitting unworthiness. The words dissolve into noise, but the state, your inner signature, is received perfectly. And this explains why so many manifestations seem to fail. People attempt to project one signal while unconsciously radiating another. The field cannot be deceived. It reflects with absolute precision. What modern science is only beginning to prove, ancient mystics already knew. That reality itself is an intelligent mirror, shaped not by what you want, but by what you are. Because they naturally generate coherence. Gratitude brings the heart into rhythmic harmony. Love synchronizes the nervous system, and presence anchors the mind into stillness. In those moments, every part of you is broadcasting the same signal, unified, clear, and magnetic. This is what mystics called the God state, and what science now measures as heart-brain synchronization. It's not mystical abstraction. It's biology meeting quantum physics. You and your desires are already entangled in the quantum field. The version of you living your highest reality exists right now as a wave of potential, woven into your energy. But entanglement is not destiny, it's possibility. The wave collapses only when your vibration matches that version's frequency. Until then, it remains just beyond reach, flickering as potential rather than form. The God state is not about becoming something new. It's about remembering what you already are, a coherent consciousness expressing wholeness. In this state, there is no separation between seeker and sought, observer and observed. You no longer chase the dream. You are the frequency of the dream fulfilled. The field responds not out of generosity but precision. It mirrors your coherence, and once coherence is achieved, manifestation ceases to be effort. It becomes the natural outcome of resonance. But the great question remains. How do you generate coherence in a world that keeps you fragmented? How do you shift from mental chaos, emotional turbulence, and physical tension into a unified state of being? The mind alone cannot sustain it. It's too easily fractured by fear and distraction. True coherence arises when the heart, brain, and body vibrate together in harmony. Modern science now proves what ancient mystics always knew. When heart and brain frequencies synchronize, the body's electromagnetic field expands dramatically, becoming more structured and powerful. The nervous system stabilizes, the mind quiets, and the emotional field becomes balanced. This harmony produces a signal strong enough to influence the quantum field directly. Without coherence, however, the system splinters. The heart's rhythm grows erratic, the body floods with cortisol, and the mind loops through fear and lack. You may visualize abundance, but your biology broadcasts survival. The universe doesn't respond to your wishes. It responds to your state. A fragmented signal creates fragmented outcomes, while a coherent one reorganizes reality with elegance and speed. This is why emotions like gratitude, love, and deep presence are not just pleasant feelings. They are quantum commands. They bring the body into alignment, tune consciousness to the field, and unlock the hidden mechanism by which potential becomes reality. And slowly through your nose, drawing the breath all the way down into your abdomen. Feel your belly rise first, then your chest. Hold the breath gently for a moment, not with tension, but with awareness. Then exhale through your mouth in a long, smooth release, as if letting go of every fragment of resistance stored in your system. With each breath, your body begins to soften. The nervous system steadies. The rhythm of your heart becomes smooth and balanced. Now bring your attention to your heart, not as an organ, but as a radiant center of intelligence. Imagine your breath flowing in and out through this space. As you inhale, draw in calm. As you exhale, release any contraction. Continue this cycle until you feel a subtle warmth or pulsing in the center of your chest. This is the heart's electromagnetic field expanding and synchronizing with the rhythm of your brain. Next, evoke a genuine feeling of gratitude or appreciation. Not forced, but real. It could be for something simple, the breath sustaining you, a memory of kindness, the beauty of a single moment. Let this emotion fill your chest and expand outward. As the feeling deepens, your heart rhythm shifts into coherence, a smooth sine wave measurable by science and perceivable as peace. Now bring your mind into alignment. Imagine the reality you wish to experience, not as a distant dream, but as something already real, something your body recognizes as familiar. Don't think about getting it. Feel what it's like to be it. Let your heart and mind synchronize around this state. Your thoughts slow. Your energy steadies. The field begins to mirror your coherence. In this space, no words are needed. You are no longer broadcasting a scattered signal of want and worry. You are transmitting the vibration of completion. The field recognizes the pattern instantly and begins to reorganize around it. This is how coherence becomes creation, not through strain, but through resonance. Stay here for a few moments, breathing gently through the heart, letting gratitude and presence merge into one steady frequency. When you're ready, open your eyes slowly, carrying the feeling with you. The ritual is complete, not because something outside you changed, but because you shifted the frequency within. This is the living science of manifestation. It's not magic nor blind faith, it's alignment. When the heart, brain, and body move in one rhythm, the field responds with mathematical precision. This is how the unseen becomes seen, how potential becomes form. Coherence is not just the key, it is the door. The energy of waiting, you instruct the field to hold your desire at a distance. Waiting says, it's not here yet, and the universe, ever precise, reflects exactly that frequency, not here yet. The act of anticipation becomes the barrier to arrival. This is the quiet paradox that keeps so many looping between effort and disappointment. The truth is that manifestation does not unfold in the future, it emerges in the now. Reality collapses according to your current state, not your intentions about what might come next. The moment you begin to embody the feeling of having, the waiting dissolves. The signal stabilizes. The field mirrors your presence, not your patience. So, how do you break the cycle of delayed reality? You stop checking for evidence. You stop scanning your life for signs. Because every time you look to see if it's working, you reaffirm separation between yourself and the outcome. Instead, you return to coherence. You breathe. You anchor again in the vibration of I live, not as a statement of hope, but as an acknowledgement of being. Inhale, I live. Exhale, I trust. Inhale, wholeness. Exhale, completion. Feel the difference. One frequency says, it will come. The other says, it already is. When you live from this state, manifestation ceases to feel like summoning. It becomes recognition. You are not calling in abundance. You are collapsing into the version of you where abundance already exists. This is what mystics have always meant by presence. The quantum field does not understand time. It understands frequency. When you embody the vibration of already having, you synchronize with that reality instantly. Time then reorganizes itself around your coherence. Circumstances shift, opportunities align, and reality reshapes itself to match your state. The waiting ends when you realize there was never anything to wait for. You were never separate from the thing you desired. You were only broadcasting from a different frequency. Once coherence becomes your baseline, your living identity, manifestation no longer feels like magic or mystery. It feels inevitable. So, as you finish this breathwork ritual, carry its signal beyond the meditation. Walk, speak, and act as coherence itself. Let every word, every gesture, every choice hum with the quiet power of I live. Because when the field receives that signal clearly, it cannot help but mirror it back as form, abundance, and flow. This is the true God state, not the pursuit of reality, but the embodiment of it. The end of waiting, the beginning of being. When you emit the frequency of waiting, the field mirrors that exact vibration with more waiting. The future becomes a horizon you never quite reach, forever one step away. You may believe you're practicing patience, but in quantum terms, you're radiating postponement. And the universe, flawless in its reflection, folds reality to echo that state precisely. This is why so many people feel trapped in cycles of yearning. They aren't manifesting. They are mastering delay disguised as hope. Picture tuning a radio. You don't plead for the station to play your song. You don't sit in silence praying for the melody to appear. You simply turn the dial until the signal aligns, and instantly, the music flows. The broadcast was never late. Only your tuning was. Manifestation works the same way. The melody of your desired reality is already playing. The God state has been transmitting from the beginning. The question is never whether the signal exists, only whether you are tuned to it now. Every seeming failure of manifestation is paradoxically proof that it works flawlessly. Every moment of lack or delay is evidence that the field responded with absolute precision to your inner state. You were always broadcasting, just at the wrong frequency. The mirror was not broken. It was perfect. What you called disappointment was simply feedback. And when failure becomes feedback, the power to shift returns to you. The trap of delayed reality dissolves the instant you grasp that manifestation is immediate, because state is immediate. Science even hints at this truth. Studies show the brain does not passively record the world. It predicts it. Your nervous system continually projects expectations into your surroundings, sculpting what you see, attract, and experience. This means your future isn't waiting to arrive. It's being built moment by the state you inhabit. The body is not a bystander. It's the architect. The field is not distant. It's a mirror that responds in real time. To live in delay is to construct delay. To live in coherence is to construct coherence. This explains why people can touch the God state briefly in meditation, only to lose it when they return to ordinary life. The instant they look back at the mirror and ask, "Has it worked yet?" they fall out of coherence and step once more into waiting. They slip into delayed reality without noticing. The challenge, then, is not entering the God state. It's staying there when life tests you, when nothing external has yet shifted, when the reflection hasn't caught up. The true art of manifestation is to invert the sequence, to embody first and allow proof to follow. This brings us to the final revelation, the closing loop. If the field mirrors your state instantly, mastery isn't about rituals or endless effort. It's about living permanently in the God state, where coherence is no longer something you practice, but something you are. The question becomes, how do you move beyond practice into permanence? That is the secret we now unlock. The hidden science of manifestation isn't concealed because it's complex. It's hidden because it's simple. And simplicity is what the restless mind resists most. The mind craves steps, formulas, and hidden keys. Yet the truth has always been this. Reality folds itself according to your state of being. Not your words, not your waiting, not your attempts to persuade the field. The God state is not an achievement. It's a remembrance. It is not reached. It is remembered. To live in the God state daily means to reverse everything you've been taught. Most people let the outer world dictate their inner experience. If the bank balance is full, they feel safe. If love feels stable, they feel worthy. If health flourishes, they feel grateful. But this is the inversion of true creation. Outcomes are reflections, not causes. When you let reflections decide your state, you become a prisoner of the mirror. The hidden science asks you to reverse this. Choose coherence first. Choose embodiment first. Then the mirror must follow. This is not denial. It is authorship. Modern science whispers the same truth, that perception is predictive, that your brain and body continually build the future you meet. Spirituality simply names it differently, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When you live this way, the future no longer lags behind. It unfolds with you breath by breath. Every inhale becomes alignment. Every thought becomes coherence. Every action becomes embodiment. You stop practicing manifestation and begin living it. And here lies liberation. Permanence does not mean perfection. Life will still shift. Storms will still come. But in the God state, you no longer lose yourself when the mirror moves slowly. You remain coherent. You breathe. You embody. And the field inevitably aligns. The real test of permanence is not the absence of storms, but your calm within them. To live this hidden science each day means refusing to sink back into waiting, longing, or lack. It means choosing coherence again and again until it becomes your body's native language. This isn't just a personal practice, it's a collective resonance. Every being who lives coherence strengthens the field for others. Each coherent breath you take ripples outward, making it easier for others to remember. That is why community matters. That is why shared ritual and declaration matter. The hidden science is not a secret technique, it is a universal law. And as more of us live it daily, the mirror of the world will begin to shimmer with a higher frequency for all. To help you anchor these truths, I created something for you. Awaken Your Quantum Power, an ebook and practical guide designed to move this wisdom from inspiration into embodiment. Inside, you'll find the frameworks and exercises to live coherence until it becomes your natural state, to experience the God state not as an idea, but as a lifestyle. The link is in the pinned comment below. Explore it, embody it, let it guide you deeper. Because the hidden science of quantum manifestation isn't about finding something new, it's about remembering what you've always been. You are not waiting for a door to open, you are the door. You are not pleading with the mirror to change. You are the change. And when you live this truth daily, effortlessly, as identity rather than effort, the universe has no choice but to reflect the radiance of what you have become. Coherence embodied, the God state revealed.